Brad Pitt, born December 18, 1963, the golden boy of Fight Club, hides heartbreaks, addiction battles, and a messy divorce. At 61, his $400 million can't mend a soul weathered by fame's brutal glare. Robert Patrick, born November 5, 1958, the menacing T-1000 in Terminator 2, rose from ashes of poverty yet stumbled into alcohol's grip. At 66, his $6 million fortune belies decades of quiet personal struggle. Anthony Hopkins, born December 31, 1937, haunted audiences in Silence of the Lambs while battling his own inner demons. At 87, with $160 million, he carries scars from a youth lost to addiction and loneliness. Chris Evans, born June 13, 1981, the noble Captain America, has wrestled with crippling anxiety behind his heroic facade. At 44, his $110 million seems small compared to the peace he's still chasing. Guy Pearce, born October 5, 1967, the memory-lost Leonard in Memento, mourns a wife lost to cancer. At 57, his $25 million can't fill the void left by grief's silent echo. David Duchovny, born August 7, 1960, the face of the X-Files, saw his career tarnished by sex addiction and divorce. At 65, his $60 million fortune feels hollow in a life marked by regret. Christian Slater, born August 18, 1969, the rebel of Heathers, spiraled through arrests and rehab. At 55, his $25 million is a fragile shield against a past that never lets go. Dylan McDermott, born October 26, 1961, the star of The Practice, lost his mother in a suspected murder as a child. At 63, his $20 million hides a lifetime of scars he rarely speaks of. Josh Hartnett, born July 21, 1978, once a rising star in Pearl Harbor, fled Hollywood's chaos. At 47, with $25 million, he lives quietly, haunted by dreams deferred and roads not taken. Kevin Sorbo, born September 24, 1958, the mighty Hercules, suffered strokes at his peak. At 66, his $14 million doesn't erase the pain of a body that betrayed him too soon. Chris Pine, born August 26, 1980, the bold Star Trek captain, masks insecurities with charm. At 44, his $35 million is no cure for a restless heart caught between fame and solitude. Peter O'Toole, born August 2, 1932, immortal in Lawrence of Arabia, drowned in drink and regret. He died December 14, 2013, at 81, leaving a $50 million fortune and a legacy scarred by excess. Richard Dreyfuss, born October 29, 1947, the Jaws star, battled bipolar disorder and substance abuse. At 77, his $5 million is a fragile anchor in a turbulent life. Kevin Costner, born January 18, 1955, the Dances with Wolves hero, endured failed marriages and financial ruin. At 70, his $250 million belies a life of private battles. Omar Sharif, born April 10, 1932, the enigmatic star of Dr. Zhivago, lost his fortune to gambling. He died July 10, 2015, at 83, his legacy marked by brilliance and squandered wealth. Gerard Butler, born November 13, 1969, became an icon as King Leonidas in 300, yet his life unraveled with addiction, heartbreak, and near-fatal accidents. At 55, he still battles inner demons, his $40 million fortune unable to silence the scars of regret. Ian McKellen, born May 25, 1939, forever Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings, hid years of loneliness behind wizardly wisdom. Now 86, with $60 million, he reflects on lost loves and the decades spent fearing to live as his true self. Larry Wilcox, born August 8, 1947, famed as John Baker in Chips, saw his star fade into obscurity. Legal troubles and personal loss consumed him. At 77, his $1 million net worth feels hollow against a lifetime of what-ifs. Sean Connery, born August 25, 1930, the original James Bond, died October 31, 2020, from pneumonia at 90. With $350 million left behind, his fierce temper and estranged relationships haunt his legacy as much as his brilliance. Liam Neeson, born June 7, 1952, famed for Taken, was shattered by wife Natasha's sudden death. Now 73, with $145 million, he carries a quiet grief, each role a desperate escape from a heart still broken. Sean Bean, born April 17, 1959, immortal as Boromir in The Lord of the Rings, lived through 5 divorces and brushes with death. At 66, his $20 million can't shield him from the pain of a life always teetering on the edge. Jason Patric, born June 17, 1966, known for Sleepers, lived in the shadows of Hollywood royalty, haunted by broken loves and career stalls. At 59, his $3 million fortune feels cold comfort for a heart weighed by mischances. Michael Madsen, born September 25, 1957, the brooding face of Reservoir Dogs, spiraled into addiction and bankruptcy. At 67, with $2 million left, he limps through life scarred by personal loss and brushes with death. George Clooney, born May 6, 1961, the eternal charmer of Ocean's 11, hides a lifetime of failed romances and crippling back pain. Now 64, his $500 million empire can't soothe the ache of growing older under Hollywood's glare. Jason Statham, born July 26, 1967, the stoic hero of The Transporter, fought demons of poverty and betrayal. At 58, his $90 million success masks the price paid in trust and blood to rise from the streets to stardom. Joaquin Phoenix, born October 28, 1974, forever marked by River's death, buried his grief in Joker. At 50, his $60 million net worth means little beside a soul perpetually mourning lost innocence. Arnold Schwarzenegger, born July 30, 1947, conquered the world in Terminator, yet infidelity and scandal shattered his family. At 78, with $450 million, he reflects on power's cost and the ruins left in its pursuit. Brad Pitt, born December 18, 1963, the golden boy of Fight Club, hides heartbreaks, addiction battles, and a messy divorce. At 61, his $400 million can't mend a soul weathered by fame's brutal glare. Robert Patrick, born November 5, 1958, the menacing T-1000 in Terminator 2, rose from ashes of poverty yet stumbled into alcohol's grip. At 66, his $6 million fortune belies decades of quiet personal struggle. Anthony Hopkins, born December 31, 1937, haunted audiences in Silence of the Lambs while battling his own inner demons. At 87, with $160 million, he carries scars from a youth lost to addiction and loneliness.